The price of the American dream feels like it's getting out of reach, thanks in large part to November's highest consumer price index reading since 1982.
The cost of almost everything going up. Analysts say it might be time to reorganize your family budget. CBN's Brody Carter is following the numbers and joins us now from the newsroom. Brody?
John, Jenna, economists were not wrong last month when they said the worst was yet to come. U.S. consumer prices soared 6.8% this year, and it likely won't get better anytime soon.
The overwhelming consensus is going to pop up a little bit and then go back down.
Instead of going down like the president's rosy forecast in June, U.S. prices rose 6.8% over last November to a 39-year high.
Many Americans are seeing their standard of living actually decline year over year.
Economists say the middle class is suffering the most. The Dollar Tree announced it's hiking prices on most products to $1.25. Even a New York slice of pizza jumped from $1 to $1.50. The biggest pain points for Americans, keeping the heat and lights on, while also filling up the gas tank. In 12 months, the cost of food at the grocery stores, gas at the pump, new and used vehicles, and rent and housing have all gone up due to supply chain snarls and fallout from the pandemic. And the list is only growing. The White House acknowledged damage done from inflation, although Democrats promise the Build Back Better agenda will actually fix the situation. Some economists beg to differ.
The most important thing to do is stop this bill. Trillions of dollars of more spending is going to make inflation worse, and it's going to put our country in great financial peril.
It's unclear when inflationary pressures will ease closer to the Fed's 2% annual target. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell suggested ditching the term transitory altogether when referring to inflation, indicating these price hikes are here to stay. Numbers on Wall Street seem to like the inflation report. The S&P 500 on track for its best week since February. But it still doesn't put change in the pockets of hardworking Americans. John, Jenna, back to you.
All right, Brody Carter in the newsroom, thank you. And here with us now is Dan Celia, President and CEO at Financial Issues Stewardship Ministries. Dan, welcome. Good to see you. So the highest inflation we've seen since 1982. President Biden said today this is the peak and that we'll see change sooner than some predict. What do you think?
Well, it's not even close to the peak. It's going to go up. I hate to bring that bad news, Jenna, but you know, back in February, I said there's no possible way that we can have transitory inflation. Because what we're seeing is causing most of this is wages. Wages are increasing dramatically. We see that across the board, but yet we're not seeing job openings getting filled. We are continuing to see bottlenecks. But look, this is a function of no fiscal policy, government failed policy, and the Federal Reserve once again leading from behind. They had a chance in January to begin leading out in front, and they decided not to because they believed this was going to be transitory or temporary, as they said, which was an impossibility then. Why that notion ever came about, I'm not sure. But nobody's going to have their wages taken away from them. Wages up over 9.7%.
Democrats, Dan, they say passing the rest of the Build Back Better plan focused on social spending and what they're calling human infrastructure will help fix inflation. Most Republicans counter, though, that more money into the system is going to make the problem worse. Dan, who's right here?
Well, more money in the system is going to make the problem worse. There's no doubt about it. We cannot continue to print money, spend money without having any productive spending. I would consider infrastructure somewhat productive spending, far too much. We needed about $600 billion. So that means a lot of this money is getting spent on things that are going to create more inflation, larger government, ballooning government, bigger government, more spending. We don't have the means to keep that up. And we don't have anybody buying our debt with the exception of the Federal Reserve. I made a prediction that has to be true, that the Federal Reserve will continue to buy our debt. They may not say they are, but they have to, because we are printing far more debt than we have buyers to buy it. And we need buyers to come in to buy our debt in order to monetize it. And this is a huge, huge problem. And frankly, The administration is talking about going back and building an economy. It is literally impossible to build or go back to what we had. It is impossible. We'll never go back there without a dramatic change in the administrative, fiscal policy, government policy. And until that happens, we have no chance of that. And I believe everybody knows that. I'm just not so sure why they're so unwilling to do anything about it.
Yeah, Dan, high prices across the board and really every segment of the economy. For families at home, what should they be doing to help cope with this lasting inflation?
You know, Jenna, it's a great question. It's a very difficult one to answer, but I would say this. They really need to be focused on their debt, number one, make sure that they can stay out of debt. Many are out, but they need to stay out of debt. And they need to really change their habits. And we're going to see that across the board, which, by the way, is going to be a negative for the economy. But we need to change our buying and our spending. And, you know, if we were buying store brand Cheerios, we're going to be, name brand Cheerios, we're going to buy store brand Cheerios. We're going from beef to chicken. Chicken's getting priced out. So, you know, those kinds of spending habits will change dramatically. But if gasoline prices, which I expect them to go up this week or the end of the week, this weekend, they're likely to go up. And if gas prices get back, we have oil over $72 a barrel again. It's just coming directly out of consumers' pockets. All of this, consumers digging in. The government believes because wages are going up, that it's going to counterbalance the price going up. It is not even close to that. That is not going to happen. Certainly it helps, but we have an awful lot of people that aren't getting any kind of appreciation from the higher wages because so many are not working. It's really a difficult situation.
All right, Dan Celia of Financial Issues Stewardship Ministries, thank you so much for your time and being with us today. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate